Tonight, the air defense of the armed forces of Ukraine destroyed 7 enemy air targets. According to Ukrinform, the command of the Air Force of the Armed Forces of Ukraine announced this on Telegram. In the south of the country, anti-aircraft missile units of the Southern Aviation Command shot down a Shahed 136 kamikaze drone and a Russian attack helicopter, the type of which is being specified. In the eastern direction, the forces and means of the Vostok Aviation Command destroyed 5 more Iranian Shahed 136 kamikaze drones. As Ukrinform reported, from February 24 to October 15, the armed forces of Ukraine liquidated about 64,700 Russian aggressors. In the Kharkiv region over the past day, 1 person was killed by Russian shelling, 1 was wounded. In addition, another person was seriously injured as a result of a collision with an enemy mine. Oleg Senegubov, chairman of the Kharkiv Regional Military Administration, announced this on Telegram, Ukrinform reports. According to the Regional Center for Emergency Medical Assistance, as a result of shelling by the enemy in the border zone of the Kharkiv region, a 66-year-old civilian was killed, a 74-year-old man was hospitalized with a wound in the Kupiansky district. A 65-year-old man was seriously wounded by an enemy mine explosion in the Chugovsky district, Senegubov said. According to the OVA, over the past day, the enemy shelled Kharkov and the settlements of Kharkov, Izium, Kupiansky, and Chugovsky regions. As a result of the shelling in Volchansk, a private house was damaged, an unused store building in Izium was damaged, non-residential and outbuildings were also damaged, and fires broke out. The administration emphasized that, despite the daily deepening of the territory of the region, the mine danger remains very high. Fighting continues along the collision line in the area. As reported, in the Kharkiv region, fighting continues for the complete liberation of the Kupiansky district. The Netherlands has joined the Interflex initiative to train the Ukrainian military in the UK. This was stated by the Minister of Defense of the Netherlands Kajsa Ollongren in an interview with Army-Inform, Ukrinform reports. The main aspects of the military support of the Netherlands, the supply of weapon systems, the training of the Ukrainian military and the provision of food. In general, we do not disclose any details regarding the supply. The exceptions are howitzers, anti-aircraft missiles and training in the UK, Ollongren said. She stressed that not only the supply of military ammunition, but also the education and training of troops are of paramount importance for the continuation of the struggle of Ukraine. We have joined the initiative of one of our most valuable partners, the training of the Ukrainian military in the UK. Operation Interflex is a unique multinational training program created in the UK, at the end of which you receive trained soldiers for a year. Initially international in its content, Operation Interflex is supported not only by the Netherlands, but also by Canada, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Australia, New Zealand and Finland, the Minister of Defense of the Netherlands explained. She also added that the European Union has decided to launch the UMM program, which will provide training for the Ukrainian military in Poland and Germany, and the Netherlands will also take part in this program. As Ukrinform reported, Tiny Cox, chairman of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, PACE, is convinced that the PACE decision to recognize the current Russian regime as a terrorist one will be heard in other international organizations. Russian troops will continue the offensive on the regions of Ukraine. In Kherson, the invaders are trying to resume traffic across the Dnieper. According to Ukrinform, this is stated in the summary information of the regional military administrations on the situation in the regions of Ukraine as of 9 o'clock on Saturday, October 15. At night, the Russians launched 4 drone strikes on the Zaporozhye region. In the morning they shot down another 10 S-300 missiles. Due to the attacks of the Shahed 136 UAV in Zaporozhye, infrastructure facilities were destroyed around midnight. The fires were localized in time. There were no casualties. In the morning, the Russians fired 10 rockets at the regional center. A number of energy and industrial infrastructure facilities have been destroyed. Information about the victims is being specified. In the Kiev region, the aggressors attacked one of the houses at night. There are no victims. Information about the consequences is specified. In the Chernihiv region, Russian troops carried out 3 attacks on the Novgorod-Seversky region from mortars and dropped ammunition from UAVs in a day. One of the mortar attacks took place at night. According to preliminary data, there are no losses and destructions. In the Sumy region this morning there was a mortar attack on the village of Belopolskia. Border shelling continues. The Russians are shelling the Rechkovskaya Gully, bordering Belopolskia. Data on the consequences and victims are being specified. Yesterday, during agricultural work near the village of Slavgorod, the village of Krasnopolsky, a combine exploded. There were no casualties. Also over the past day, the enemy carried out a mortar attack on the territory of the village of Glukhov. There are no casualties or destruction. In the Dnipropetrovsk area, the Russians shelled the Nikopol area all night with grads, hurricanes and heavy artillery. 2 people were injured in Nikopol, they are in the hospital. More than 10 multi-story and private houses, a transport company, several shops, a garage cooperative, several offices, a gas pipeline and power lines were damaged in the city. In the villages of Marganets and Chervonogrigorov, people were not injured. Industrial enterprises and houses were damaged. In the morning, a new shelling of Nikopol began. Details are being specified. At night, the Ukrainian military shot down 5 enemy kamikaze drones over the region. In the Kharkov area, the enemy fired on Kharkov and the settlements of Kharkov, Izium, Kupiansky and Chugovsky regions. In Volchansk, a private house was damaged, and in Izium, an inactive shop building was damaged. Non-residential and outbuildings were also damaged, fires broke out. In the village of Korotich, a transport infrastructure facility was damaged. A 66-year-old civilian died in the Kharkiv region, and a 74-year-old man was hospitalized with a wound in the Kupiansky district. In the Chugovsky district, a 65-year-old man was seriously injured when his car was blown up by an enemy mine. In the Luhansk region, the defense forces inflicted about 30 strikes on the positions of Russian troops. The defeat of 25 areas of concentration of weapons and military equipment, as well as 3 anti-aircraft missile systems of the enemy was confirmed. In addition, air defense units shot down 9 UAVs. During the day, rocket troops and artillery attacked 4 command posts, 15 areas of concentration of manpower, weapons and equipment, 12 ammunition depots, 1 artillery installation and 20 other important objects. Repulsed 13 attempts to storm the Russians. The enemy carried out 15 artillery and mortar attacks, inflicted 3 air and 2 missile strikes on the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine. Invading internet resources report a large number of wounded Russians. Many hospitals in the Luhansk region do not accept citizens due to the workload of doctors and lack of places. In the Donetsk region, at about 1 in the morning, the enemy fired cluster shells at the village of Alexandro Sheltino, the village of Konstantinovsky. The house is destroyed. In the morning there was shelling of Konstantinovka, there is a hit in the production premises of the Conti plant. Over the past day in the Donetsk region, 2 people died, 6 were injured. In the Nikolaev region, the settlements of the Bereznegovitsky community on the line of demarcation are under constant fire. Last night, the surroundings of one of the villages of the community were shelled. There were no casualties. Information about the damage is specified. Active hostilities are going on in the Kherson region. The Russians continue to hold the line and fire at Ukrainian positions and settlements. The enemy is trying to resume movement across the Dnieper. In Kherson, the invaders stole 13 out of 15 barge-type floating craft from the river port to transport personnel and equipment across the Dnieper. According to the Operational Command South, enemy aircraft twice attacked the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Davidov Broad area from a helicopter and attack aircraft. Lossless. Ukrainian aircraft attacked 4 enemy air defense positions in the areas of Berislav and Kharkov. The restoration of the Kherson region liberated from Russian settlements continues. Relatively calm, without shelling, the night passed in other regions of Ukraine. Russian troops shelled 11 settlements of the Donetsk region in a day, made 21 fire attacks. According to Ukrinform, this was reported by the Communications Department of the Donetsk Region Police. The cities of Avdiivka, Krasnogorovka, Bakhmut, Toretsk, the village of Okoritino, the villages of Druzhba, Karlovka, Lastikino, Maximilianovka, Solovyivo, Kremovo suffered. The Russian military used Grad MLRS and artillery. 30 civilian objects were destroyed and damaged, 26 of them were private houses. Today, at about 7:30 a.m., Russian troops attacked Konstantinovka. The buildings of the enterprise and the former building of the dispensary were destroyed. In addition, rocket attacks on the city of Krasnogorovka and the village of Maximilianovka were recorded. Russian shells hit people's houses, there are wounded. The invaders fired at Bakhmut with artillery. 17 private houses were damaged, there were wounded and dead. The police and the SBU opened criminal proceedings under Article 438, violation of the laws and customs of war, of the Criminal Code of Ukraine. With the help of the police, another 294 people were evacuated from the Donetsk region. Since the beginning of the mandatory evacuation, more than 23,800 people, including 3,776 children, 1,290 people with disabilities. As Ukrinform reported, on October 14, in Bakhmut, Russians killed 2 residents of Donbass and wounded 6. In addition, the bodies of 6 more civilians killed by the Russians were found in the liberated Lyman.